right, so what we're going to be doing today, this is going to be a step-by-step build out so you can have your very own AI agent. We're going to build it. The tech stack is going to be very simple. Literally all it is Vapi, GoHighLevel. That's it. We're not going to worry about N8N or make.com. For those of you that may not be familiar with those are, if you've ever heard of Zapier or Zaps, N8N and make.com is Zapier on steroids, basically. Basically gives you the keys to the internet, as they like to say. So that's what we're going to be doing today. The first thing that we're going to be doing today, and also I'm going to be asking you all to be active in the chat because I want to make sure you guys are following me. So I know one of you guys already have it, but for the other two, do you guys already have at least your free account for GoHighLevel, because it gives you a 14-day free trial? At least that gives you enough chance to test it. And then before we get off, I'll show you how to extend it for another 14 days so you get a full 30 days before that 14-day trial is up. So before we get started, does everyone have at least their GoHighLevel account, their free trial? Or if you already have it, I need a 1 in the chat if you don't. Holden does. Perfect. Ryan's the only holdout. And then lastly, does everyone have their free Vapi account? So Vapi is the brains which is going to allow us to build the agent, and that is what's going to be making the actual phone calls and actually the brains of everything. So if you have not set up your Vapi account from the emails that was sent out, I will drop that in the chat now, right now. And then the first thing that we will do is so if everyone already has a GoHighLevel account, I won't have to, since this is a smaller group from last week, I won't have to walk you through setting up your GoHighLevel account, setting up your sub account for that. So if everyone in the room already has a GoHighLevel account, the second question I need to ask, does everyone have a GoHighLevel calendar already? Because what we're going to be building today is an agent that is going to actually book calls on that calendar. So I need a 1 in the chat. If you a 1 or yes, whatever you would prefer. I need to know if you already have GoHighLevel. Do you already have a GoHighLevel calendar that is active and ready to go? I need a 1 in the chat. 1 in the chat. Thank you. For the first one, give about 30 seconds. If not, we will move forward. So perfect. All right, so this is what we'll do. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my GoHighLevel. Let me go ahead and share my screen first. Make sure I share the right one. Let's share GoHighLevel. Okay, perfect. Can everyone see my GoHighLevel? Need a 1 in the chat. 1 in the chat if you can see my GoHighLevel account here. And this is the one I'm going to use, the test account. Let's see, where's the chat? Perfect. All right, so first things first, we just want to make sure that we are logged into GoHighLevel. If we're logged into GoHighLevel, that's the first thing that we want to make sure that we are logged in. Once we are logged in, we want to make sure that have our calendar. Let's see. So we go on our calendar, go to calendar settings, and we want to make sure that we have the calendar that we want to use. I just built this one the other day. So this is the test account that we're going to use. Calendar ID is here. But the reason why we want to make sure that we are logged into GoHighLevel, because we're going to be linking Vapi and GoHighLevel without, they came up with an update about a month or so ago where you can link them directly without any third-party apps or even API, even having any type of API access. So we want to make sure that we're already logged in to GoHighLevel. So when we go ahead and set up Vapi, we're already squared away. All right, next, I need you to go ahead and log in to Vapi. If you're not logged into Vapi already, I need you to go ahead and log into that. So I already have the link in the chat for Vapi. So if you didn't log in prior, I'll give you a few minutes to go ahead and log in to Vapi, because that is where we're going to be building the AI agent. I also have a cheat sheet. This came in your email earlier today, but I also have a cheat sheet that I created and I added for one of us have already been here last week. So I added some things to the cheat sheet as well, some things that I noticed last night. So I'm going to actually put this in the chat as well, because we're going to be referring back to this here as we're building out our agent. So when you get that link, you already have it in your emails, but I also put it in the chat as well, because this cheat sheet has the prompt that we're going to be using. So this is the prompt, the tool names that we'll just be able just to copy and paste, the Vapi support docs that basically gives you a breakdown of how we build what we're building today. Then just in case we don't see the integration page, because I couldn't see it last night, I have the direct link in case you run into that. So you guys will let me know if you guys don't see it. And then these are just the links for your free Vapi account. Vapi does not cost anything per month. Doesn't cost you anything per month. You only pay for your usage. So when you link everything, you're building everything, Vapi costs $0 per month. You only pay for your usage. So depending on what you're building, the cost for your agent is anywhere between 9 to 13 cents a minute. That's basically from the agents that I run, what my cost is, which basically is roughly around, when you break it down, depending on how long your phone calls are, but depending on what you're going to be using it for. When you break it down, it's about the same cost of what you would pay, within a few dollars anyway, what you would pay for a $4 to $6 VA in the Philippines, except it has perfect recall and it can speak multiple languages, and then also it never has to take a break, and it's probably a lot more reliable. All right, and a lot easier to train. All right, so now that we have that, hopefully if you give me a 1 in the chat if you have everything that you need. So we need to make sure that we're logged into GoHighLevel. We need to make sure that we're logged into Vapi. Give me a 1 in the chat if you need any assistance with logging into Vapi. Logging into Vapi is pretty simple. Literally all you do when you click on the page, when you click to log in, you click on sign up or sign in. And then if you're already logged into your Google account, just click the Google button and it'll just take you right through. Very simple, very easy. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to build the assistant. I already have a couple of assistants built in here. I have a couple of accounts on this particular page, but we're going to build the assistant. So I'm going to build this one fresh. So on your Vapi, once you're in your Vapi account, the first thing I need you to do is click on here on the sides here. Let me make sure I'm sharing this tab. Here on the sides here, I need you to make sure that you click assistant. So right here to my left, we have the assistant button. This will take you to your create assistant. Next, the button right here, create assistant. We're going to go ahead and click that. So now that we're in the create assistant tab, we are going to name our assistant. We're just going to name it GHL slash Vapi test agent. And it actually has some basic, templates, lead qualification templates, appointment scheduler, but we're just going to do a blank template. Keep it simple, keep it easy. And then here, click on create assistant. I'm going to go through just some of the things on this page really quick. So, sure, viewing everything. All right, so this is your basic dashboard for your assistant. Here, once you build everything out, it'll show you roughly what your cost is. Don't have anything built out in here yet, so it's just going to show 1 cent a minute. Your latency is the pauses between you speaking, and then your agent responding, and vice versa. So also you want to try to keep this as low as possible. Things that may or may not affect latency are going to be a couple of different things. It's going to be which LLM that you use, whether that's OpenAI, whether that's Anthropic or Claude, whether that's Google Gemini, whether that's DeepSeek. I keep it simple. I just use OpenAI and the model. So Vapi already has multiple models and LLMs that you can use, whatever you like the most. Typically you stay with OpenAI, and I'll either use 4.0 or 4.0 mini. And as you can see, depending on the model that you use, it can affect the latency or the time and cost a little bit as well. So if I go GPT 4.1, it will give me an extra cost of 2 cents. So I'm just going to keep it clustered, keep it simple, keep it easy. All right. First thing we're going to do. Now, the prompt that we're going to be using is a basic prompt that is really all it's there to do is just set the appointment and book the appointment. So I'm just keeping it very simple. Maybe in a future video on YouTube, I will show you how to actually build what you want to build. Like build the agent if you want to build it because you're an insurance agent, if you want to build it because you're a mortgage broker or you're a realtor or whatever you're a law firm. I've built them for law firms as well. Whatever industry you're in, I will in the future videos, it may be a live training, it may just be a YouTube video. I will show you how to actually be a prompt engineer and prompt your agent for whatever you want it to do, however you want it to do it. But today, we're just going to be using the basic prompt that's been provided to us by Vapi and GoHighLevel, so I can at least give you the framework to show you how this works. So to get to that prompt, I need you to go to that sheet, that Google sheet that I provided for you. And then in that Google sheet, so I'll give everybody a few seconds to go to the Google sheet. Let me share this tab. And in that Google sheet, you should see that first tab, document tab, GHL, Vapi direct connection. This is the prompt. So literally all we're going to do with this prompt, we're going to copy and paste. That's it. Copy and paste. And then we're going to go back to Vapi. Right one. Close this one out. We're going to go back to Vapi. Right. And then right in the system prompt area, someone else is trying to join. Right in the system prompt area in Vapi, we are going to just paste it. So this is the full prompt of what we're going to be using today. And all this really is, and then when in future videos, when I show you guys how to actually prompt your specific agent for what you're going to be using it for, and you're going to use this direct link through Vapi and GoHighLevel, you will use this actual prompt because this has, and I'll show you in a second, all of the tool names that you need to make everything work. So Again, we are back to the agent that we just created, which is the GHL Vapi test agent. And we are in system prompts, and we're copying and pasting that exact system prompt that we just got from the cheat sheet that I provided for everyone in your emails, and then also in the chat as well. So once we have that copy and pasted, all we're going to do is write this top right, publish. Always make sure when you're in your agent, whatever you do, whatever changes you make sure you click publish. That's the same thing as saving your work, because it's a pain if you prompt all of this out, you forget to save your work, and you got to do it all over again, whatever changes you make. All right, so we're going to keep the first message very simple, because like I said, all we're doing is building the framework, testing it to make sure it works. But in the future, like when you are building these things either for yourself, or if you're making this a business and you're building it for others, this is the first message. When that phone rings, this is the first message that you want your agent to say, your Vapi agent to say. So we're going to keep it very simple. We're not going to worry about any of these any of these for right now. We're just going to keep it simple. We're just a simple system prompts, copy and paste, and publish. Give me a 1 in the chat if you are still with me. Is everybody caught up? Is everybody where they need to be? Does anyone need me to go over anything? I need a 1 in the chat, quick, before I can move on. Perfect. So we got our Vapi agent built out, or at least the basic system prompt. Next thing I'm going to show you is how do you get your phone number. Now, one great thing about Vapi is you do get a free phone number if that's all. This is for my friends that are in the States. If you're in these states, Vapi will give you up to 10 free phone numbers. So Vapi will give you up to 10 free phone numbers if you're in the States to make, domestic calls. If you are outside of the States, meaning not just living outside the States, because you could be living outside the States but servicing clients in the United States. But if you need to make if you need your agent to make phone calls outside of the States, or take incoming phone calls outside the States, you can still do that, but you can't do that with a free number from Vapi. You will have to create a phone number in Twilio, which if you check your emails, I sent you that breakdown on exactly actually how to do that as well. So check the email drips that were sent out to you, and I sent you out the breakdown of how to do that. But how you create your phone number is on this panel here to the side. You should see phone numbers. Once you click on phone numbers, you'll see this page here. It says create phone number. Literally all you do is click that number, and you have all your options here. If you're in the States and you want to use the free number, now right now you don't have, for what we're going to be testing, we won't have to use any phone numbers or anything. But this is for your future references. If you're in the States and you need that free phone number, literally all you do is you put in your, I'm not going to do a number right now, but literally you just put in your area code, click create, and it'll literally just create the phone number right there. And then you got to wait like a minute or so. And then after a minute or minute and a half, it's active. That's it. That's all you got to do. So to create, run through it one more time. So to create your Vapi phone number, go on the side, click on phone numbers. This will take you to this screen here, phone numbers, create phone number. Click that button. You see a free Vapi number, put in the area code. Then you push create, and it'll just give you your phone number. And as you can see, free US phone numbers up to 10 accounts. So it's now, if you if you're not in the States, or if you need a number outside the States, whether that's Canada, Australia, India, Thailand, where I am, you need to do that through Twilio, and I already have a video on that. That should be in your inboxes. If it's not in your direct inbox, make sure that you check your spam and promotions folder. And once you do that, you set up that Twilio account, which takes literally 5 minutes. Then you come back here, click on import Twilio, and just put in that information. Done. That's it. Simple and easy. And the Twilio number, depending on where you are in the world, is anywhere. It's $1, $2, $3. If it's India, it can be a little. India is it's a little bit more. But that's it. That's for the phone number. So the next thing that we are going to do is we need to go ahead and do the Vapi integration. So we need to integrate Vapi with GoHighLevel. But before we do that, I need to make sure everybody is still with me. Everybody is still following me. Give me a 1 in the chat if you are still good and I can move forward. Or if you need me to go back and go over anything else, give me a 2 in the chat. But if I have a 1 in the chat, we will go ahead and move forward. So next thing is probably the most important thing is we need to go ahead and create the actual the tools and the GoHighLevel integration. So that's the first thing that we need to do. All right. So last night, as I was testing it, I noticed that there was something missing. So you guys are going to have to let me know in the chat if this is missing. So we need to get to our settings and we need to get to our integrations. So the first thing I need you guys to do, that same to my left, that same menu side over here, I need you to scroll all the way to the bottom and you should see your email address here or whatever the account you named it. I need you to click on that and it should take you to settings. Then I need you to click on settings. Click on settings for me. The settings should take you to this page. It should say organization settings, billing and add-ons, members and profiles. There should be a integrations menu here. Give me a 1 in the chat. If you followed me, do you see your integrations page, integrations tab there? Because for some reason mine is not showing. And I noticed that last night. So give me a 1 in the chat if you see your integration. So Louise says she sees hers. No, she can't see hers. I couldn't either. We saw it last week. I don't know what happened, but I have a workaround because I saw that last night about 4 o'clock in the morning and I panicked. And anyone else, if anyone else is following along, give me a 1 in the chat if you see yours. Give me a 2 in the chat if you do not see integrations anywhere here. I need one more 1 or 2 in the chat before I move forward. All right, I see it too. All right, so don't know. Vapi must be about to do an update. That's another thing. If you guys are familiar with technology, things change all the time. And with AI, things change constantly and rapidly. So what I have done is in that same cheat sheet that I provided for you guys in the chat, I have put the direct link that gets us to that page. I was on last night, I was in the Vapi docs and then using ChatGPT because the tab is gone. So in that cheat sheet, if you go on that cheat sheet that I sent you, the GHL/Vapi connection prompt, the 4th document tab takes you to the Vapi dashboard. Now I'm about to put that into the chat so you guys can have access to it because we're going to need that to get to do the integration. So I just put that in the chat. So once you guys see that, I need you to click on that for me. And I'm actually going to do the exact same thing. Let me X out this one. All right, so in that chat, I need you to go ahead and click that for me. Let's see. And it should load up. Perfect. So if you click that button, you click that link, it should take you here to integrations. So integrations. So I need a 1 in the chat if that worked for you. So you should be seeing this page right there, integrations. One in the chat, I see Louisa says she has hers, so perfect. All right, so if you see that, oh wait, where'd I go? Here we go. This is where we're going to do our GoHighLevel integration. This is where we're going to directly link GoHighLevel. So there are two GoHighLevel sections in the integrations. We need to look at the second one. So let me scroll down. Let me do Control F first and GHL. All right, so this is the first one you see. GoHighLevel was asking for an API key. This is not the one that we want to use because we don't need any API connections or put in our API or private integration keys to make this work. So we're going to scroll down to the second GoHighLevel, where you see it says GoHighLevel, and then you should see a little grayed out button that says connect. Before we click connect, you need to, if you did not already, you need to already be logged into your GoHighLevel to make it easy. So I'm already logged into my little test account on GoHighLevel. So go click on that link. That'll take you to that integration page. Scroll down a little bit halfway, or you can do Control F, type in GHL, and go to the second GoHighLevel tab that says, not the one that tells you to enter in the API key, but the one that tells you to click connect. Click connect. Once you click connect, I'm about to do that right now. So before I move forward, I need a one in the chat. Is everybody following me? Can I go ahead and move forward and go ahead and connect Vapi and GoHighLevel? All right. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. So once we push connect on that, it should take us to a new page. And for me, I'm already logged in, but it's asking me to log in again. So let me just go ahead and push log in. Okay, so that new page, your new page should look like this: install confirmation. So this is basically just, you're not really installing anything on your computer. It's just linking Vapi to your GoHighLevel in the GoHighLevel marketplace. So you should see a page just like this. You see Vapi, you scroll down, and you should see next. So once you see this page, it may have taken you to a page that says log in to GoHighLevel. Just click it and then go back to the previous tab that should take you right here. And then scroll down to the bottom of this page and go ahead and click next. All right, so this part is very important because I made this mistake prior. So this is the section that shows you where to link your sub account. So you do not want to link it to the agency account. You need to link it to the specific sub account. And you only can link it to one sub account at a time. So I'm going to link this one to my test account, a test sub account. So you just click the sub account that you want to link it to, just click it. Once you click that, choose the sub account, you're good. Here it says connected successfully. So I'm gonna scroll down. Once you scroll down to that second GoHighLevel tab, you should see it no longer says a gray connect. It says a red disconnect. A red disconnect. That means you are all connected. Everything is good. Everything's ready to go. I need before I move forward to the next step, because the next step we're going to build out the tools. So the next step we're going to build out the tools. Before I move forward, I need to make sure everybody is good. So give me a 1 in the chat if we are all good. Thank you for the only person that is participating in the chat. Appreciate you. All right, so now that we have that, next thing we're going to do, which is the most important thing, is we're going to link the tools or create the tools. So that portion is really easy. So back to Vapi, go over to the side and scroll down here, which is to my left. tools. So click on tools for me. So once you click on tools, you should see this page. At the top, the little teal button, create tools. You want to click on the plus button to create the tool. I think I need to make my screen a little bit smaller. So at the bottom, and you may need to make your screen a little bit smaller too. At the bottom, very bottom, you should see Go High Level right here. So the green, the teal create tool button at the very bottom, you should see Go High Level. If you don't see it, if you need to make your screen a little bit smaller, go ahead and do that. So there's 4 tools that we need to add and do a little bit of work to. So once you hover over this Go High Level, you see the 4 tools. You see calendar event, calendar create event, calendar check availability, contact create, and contact get. So we need to add all 4 of those. So let's add calendar check availability. Let's add contact create. Let's add contact get. So we should have all 4 of those new Go High Level tools added. So we have all 4 here. Now the next thing we need to do, now we need to go back to the little cheat sheet, because these tools need to, can't shrink your screen. Are you using Chrome, or are you using Internet Explorer, or are you on a MacBook? If you're using Chrome, the top, at least my top right beside your Google icon, there should be 3 little dots. And then when you click on those 3 little dots, it should pull up a menu, and it should see a zoom plus or minus, and just minus it a little bit so you can see the bottom of the screen. But it depends on if you're using Internet Explorer or Firefox or Chrome. If you use an Internet Explorer, let me see. Internet Explorer, the same thing. If you use an Internet Explorer, it should be along the top where you would put in the website settings, 3 little dots. Instead of them being vertical, they're horizontal. Click on that, and you should see the same thing, zoom. You should be able to zoom out a little bit. Yeah, she got it. Perfect. All right, so now we need to create, we got the tools in there, but we need to rename the tools, because the tools need to match exactly what's in that prompt in order for them to work. So go back to our little cheat sheet. Once you go back to our little cheat sheet, I need you to go to the second documents tab. It says tools rename. So tools rename. Once you go to that second documents tab, you'll see all of the tools. These are what the tools need to be renamed in order to make it work. So let's do the first one. So the first tool, get GHL contact get. Let's copy and paste that. Oh, wait, hold on. So this is what you should be seeing. Go back to the cheat sheet I sent you. The second documents tab is called tools rename. Then you see the 4 tools that we just created, but we need to rename them. The first one is GHL contact get. Copy that. Then I need you to go back to Vapi. And then that is that first tool. So on the tools in Vapi, it's going to be called GoHighLevel MCP contact get tool. Take that, copy or paste what we just took there, GHL contact get. That's it. We don't need to add anything into the script in the description, but in the contact settings, in the metadata, we do need to click this, use customer phone. Make sure you click that. Then at the top right, or at least my top right, we need to click on save, the little teal save button. Then that one's done. You should see the little green success. Go to the next one. This next one is Go High Level Contact Create. This is what's going to create the contact if you're not already in the system, like already in your CRM. So go back to the cheat sheet. We should see GHL contact create. Go ahead and copy that. Go back to Vapi. Right here in the tool names, we're going to paste it right here. Not going to put anything in the description, but we're always going to make sure in the contact settings, we click on use phone, use customer phone. Click that tab, push save. Let me check the comments to make sure everybody's still good. Yep, I don't see any questions, so I'm gonna keep it rolling. All right, so we got that. Next tool, we're going to go to the calendar check availability. Go back to the cheat sheet I provided. Click the copy. Here's the cheat sheet. Number 3, copy that. Go back to Vapi. In the tool name, we're going to paste it. GHL check availability. Leave description blank. But now we need to be in the calendar settings. So calendar settings. We need to link the specific calendar that's going to check the availability here in the tool. So this is where we need to go back to GoHighLevel. So let's go back to our GoHighLevel account. So you need to get to your calendar. So, and remember in the beginning, I asked everyone, did you already have a GoHighLevel account? Did you already have a GoHighLevel calendar? I think a couple of people answered. So if you didn't answer and you don't have it, that's a life lesson. But we're about to show you what we need to do. So to get to your calendar, let's say you need to be in your sub account. So whatever, if you at this here, you see your agency view, just go to your sub account. I'm in this test sub account that I'm going to use. Then the little tab, the little menu on the side here, we want to click on calendars. Once you're in your calendars, I need you to go to calendar settings. Calendar settings. Now this is for, you need to already have your calendar created and built, your GoHighLevel account created and built. We asked that question in the beginning of the call. Everyone that responded said they were good. So we didn't go through building the calendar because everyone that responded said they were good. No one else responded. So now you click on calendar settings, and here is the calendar that I'm going to use. Right under the calendar name, you should see your calendar ID. There's a little copy tab right here. All you do is click that. Make sure everybody's still good in the chat. So you click that. So now it's copied. Now I need to go back to Vapi. And if you see here, all you do is paste that calendar ID. And then here you put your time zone. I still even though I'm in Indochina time zone, Bangkok, Thailand, I still operate Eastern Standard Time for the most part. So I'm just going to use Eastern Standard Time, which is America / new_York, just to keep everything simple and easy. Because I know everyone is actually from, there's people, just like last week, there's people in other countries here. Just to keep everything simple and uniform for this specific training, just do the same thing. Just put America / new_York. That's the Eastern time zone, so we can all be on the same page. All right, so once you have that calendar ID, once you have that time zone, click save. And then that tool is done. That tool is created. Next, let's go to the calendar create event. So this actually books the actual calendar, books the call. So let's go back to our cheat sheet. That's the 4th one, number 4. Copy that. So right here, number 4, we're going to copy that. Then we're going to go back to Vapi. We're going to paste it in the tool name. Make sure everything's there. Make sure there's no spaces, no description. And then we're going to go back to GoHighLevel because we need that calendar ID again. So go back to your GoHighLevel account. And then you should still already be on your calendar settings. Click here, the little copy tab. All right, so you should already be in calendar settings. You want to click here on the copy tab, then go back to Vapi, and then just paste that calendar ID. And there's nothing else you need to do on that. The only thing that you need to always remember that you do, just like when you're in your agent, you need to make sure if you're in your tools, you need to make sure you save. So if you're in your agent making changes, you push publish. If you're in tools, you always make sure that you save. So we are all complete, all done with the building of the tools. The agent, the basic test agent is already built. So now I need everyone to go back to your assistant, one that you created, the one that you built. So here, go to your assistant. So on this little menu sidebar tab is to my left, you should see assistant. I need you to click that. And then the assistant that we just created, GoHighLevel/Vapi test agent. Make sure you're there. And let's get back on that page. Let's just make sure everything is looking good and move this out the way. So we're using OpenAI. I'm just using ChatGPT 4 cluster, the hello, and have the agent in here. So now we're at the point where we are ready to test the agent. So there's two ways that we're going to test it. First way I'm going to test it, just to make it simple, make it easy, is I'm going to test it in the chat, which I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Then, because I like to test it in the chat to make sure that it's working, so I don't have to waste a phone call. So because also Vapi does not cost anything unless you use it, but if it's a brand new account, it gives you at least basically $10 of free, free calls or free credits. So you got $10 of free credits, $10 of free calls that you can use to test everything and make everything work. So that is what we're going to do. That's what we're going to use. Before I move forward with testing, is everyone good? Does anyone need me to go over anything? I need a 1 in the chat if you are good and ready to move forward. Give me a 2 in the chat if you need me, if you got lost or stuck on something, you need me to go over anything again. 1 in the chat if you're good, 2 in the chat if you need me to go over anything. I need 1, at least 1 before I move forward. Perfect. Thank you. So we will go ahead and move forward. So now we're going to go ahead and test the agent. So to test the agent, the first thing that we are going to do is we should be in our agent. The next at the top here, you see where it says chat? We're not going to do test. We're going to do chat. So I need you to click on the chat button and it should pop up. So that's the first, remember that first message in that agent? I'm just going to say, hey. And it says, hey there, I'd be happy to help you schedule an appointment. Could you please provide your full name, email address to get started? So I'm going to give the full name. Say Trevor. I'm going to say Tron Jefferson. And my email is, let's use this one, get approved now 63 at Gmail. All right. So ask me for my name and my email, full name, email. I just gave a random name because I think my name is in there already. So I wanted to create the account. Hello, Tron. I will check if you have existing contact in our system with the email address. Please hold. So it's checking now. And I literally just ran. And I think, Louisa, we're going to have the same issue we had. I literally just ran through this last night. And it's giving us the same issue it gave us last week. I think we're cursed on Zoom. I mean, on Google Meets. All right, so it's checking. Seems like kind of delay. Let's try again. Search for your contact. 1 moment, please. Okay, it says it appears there's no existing contact associated with the email. I will create a new one. Okay, let's see. All right, so it says the new contact has been created. Now, would you please provide the preferred date, time of your appointment? All right, so let's say, what do you have for this Friday? Let me check the availability. So now it's going to check the availability for this Friday. Okay. So, okay, again. All right, so it's giving me the same error it's giving me last week. Let's see. Anyone else that's testing their agent, are they getting the same error? Let me get off of this agent and go to the one that worked yesterday, this morning. X this one up. All right. What is it? Let's try it one more time. All right, let me refresh. Try it one more time. All right. Got that. All right, so let's see. Test it one more time. Hello? Are you looking at book? Yes. Notes. My email is the consolation. At Gmail. Just fetching my contact details, but okay. And these are things that happen when we do things live. Works perfect when I'm by myself, and as soon as I jump on a live, it gives issues. But since it's giving issues, let's troubleshoot. Let's make sure that everything is correct with the tools. So let's see. So we're gonna go here with the tools. Make sure there's no, now, first thing you want to do is make sure there's no spaces in your tool. Think here, correct, and change. Make sure there's no space, no space, no space. All right, so we got that saved. And let's go back to the settings. All right, and then I'm gonna go back to the cheat sheet, and go back to the dashboard. Make sure my connection, make sure I'm in the right account, and then make sure that the connection is still connected. And then what I may do is disconnect it and connect it again. So I just disconnected my GoHighLevel connection. Yep, it's giving us the same error it gave us last week. All right. So I'm disconnecting my GoHighLevel connection, and I'm gonna connect it again. It's gonna take me back through that. Let's see. I'm doing my test account. So it's connected again. And it's loading. Now it's connected again. All right, so I just connected it. Reconnect it. Now let's go back to my agent. Just do a refresh. Then let's try that again. Let's chat again. Well, going to set an appointment. Full name. And then we'll also talk to it live too on the phone. And my email is hold for a moment. Data get through. I'm gonna check if the contact exists. Checking. Okay, looks like it found my contact, so I had to keep asking it okay in the chat. Let's see. I found your contact in our system, Ryan. Now, could you please tell me the preferred date and time you want to do for your appointment? Let us do what is available for August 1st. One. My fingers crossed. Great. Let me check the available for August 1. Let me do okay again. Checking availability for August 1. Okay. Says my tools are currently disabled. Check. I can't check availability right now. Would you like me to proceed later when active? Should not be saying that. All right, let's run back one more time. I literally tested this right before we got on this call at 4 o'clock this morning. Let's see. And then these are the things that are also like, especially when you are building, especially dealing with technology and you're building things. There's going to be a lot of trial and error, a lot of testing going over to make sure, you did something correctly or not, or didn't do anything incorrectly. But let me ask this as well. Everybody that's still here with us, for the majority of you guys, are you going to be doing this, using this for your business that you already have in place? Or are you looking to learn? Are you learning to do this because you want to start a new business or a side hustle? If you're using it for your current business and you want to implement it for your current business, give me a 1 in the chat. Or if you're using it to start a new business or a side hustle, give me a 2 in the chat while I check these tools. And then what I may do is actually wants to do a side hustle. I'm gonna delete these tools all together and I'm gonna log out. All right. And let me also disconnect again. Sarah said 1 and 2. What type of business are you in? What type of business are you in now, Sarah? All right, and then I'm going to go back here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go out all together. I'm going to disconnect everything, go out all together because I can run back and add the tools super quick. Systems and automations. Okay. Let's disconnect GoHighLevel. disconnected. All right, so I just deleted all my tools, disconnected GoHighLevel, and then I'm going to log out of Vapi altogether. Actually, one of my either on my YouTube page, or I may do a training. I'm gonna do a AI agent, not just a voice, but an AI agent training as well. I'll come here pretty soon, or I may just throw it on YouTube. I haven't decided yet. All right, let's get out of Vapi altogether. All right, we got this here. All right, so let me log back into Vapi dashboard. I have both, but to be honest, I like N8N better. I just feel like N8N gives me a little bit more options. Yeah, let me try another account. All right, so I logged out of GoHighLevel. I logged out of Vapi altogether, deleted everything, and I'm going to run it through one more time. Let me try another account. Make sure the tools aren't in here, and these tools are in. Big tool, big tool, big tool, big tool, big tool. All right, there we go. All right, let's refresh. All right, so I'm gonna run through this really quick. Add the tools back, do the connection. Let's go to our dashboard. All right, so now, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and add the GoHighLevel, connect the GoHighLevel agent. GoHighLevel connection again. See here, it's disconnected. Let's connect it. All right, took us to the install page. Next, I'm doing it in my test account. Same one I did prior. All right, so we should be connected. And one thing I would maybe also test as well, because this replay will be sent out automatically. Last week's replay, I figured out I put it on YouTube, and YouTube took it down. It said that it didn't meet some requirement, and I didn't understand why. But last week there was I think there was about 20 people in last week's class, and a lot of people didn't have GoHighLevel, and we had to create the sub account and create the calendar. But when I was showing them, walking them through creating the calendar, when I clicked on my business profile, it had my email and my address, my business address. And I guess that violated some YouTube guideline without, you couldn't show any personal type information. So for those of you that might have been on last week's call, in the replay, I had to end up putting the replay on the in the private Facebook page. But this week's replay should be simple because I didn't have to get into all of that this week. So about 24 hours after this, you'll get the email saying, hey, the replay is ready. Just click on the link. It'll just take you to the broadcast page. All right, so it says connected successfully. Oh, the other reason I was going to bring it up too is the common denominator that I've run into, like when I keep running into this issue, is always when I'm on Google Meets, because I ran through this one more right before I went to bed at 4 o'clock this morning, and it worked fine. So if this does not work again for some reason, walk through everything that I did without us being on Google Meets and see if it goes through, because that's what I was on Google Meets, of course, this morning. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and add these tools back. So let's create tool, go high level, create calendar event, create tool, go high level, check availability, create tool, go high level, contact create tool, go high level, contact get. And then also I'll send you guys, I have a short YouTube video of this exact same thing that walks through the exact same purpose of my work, just in case you want to walk through it without me before the replay comes out. I'll shoot that to everybody. All right, so let's get the MCP contact get. I'm gonna run through this really, really quick, a few seconds. And make sure you click here, save. Let's go to contact create tool. Paste, save. Template availability. This tool. Now we need the calendar ID. Go back to my GoHighLevel, copy here, paste, and then America, New York. Should we save? Then here, last one, last tool. All right, and then calendar ID, copy, paste, and then save it. All right, so we got that, got all the tools in there. Oh, you know what? I know what I did not do. Go to your system. We missed a step, y'all. So, and it's a pretty important step too. So we go here, I got everything back reconnected, but we need to add the tool to the agent. All right, GoHighLevel Vapi test agent. I'm in another Vapi account, but I just added everything back up. So go back to your agent, click here, agent, assistant, and then I think this is what we named it. GoHighLevel Vapi test agent. Scroll down. This should be the prompt, but I always forget something. Here along the top here, see where it says tools? Click that, and we need to add the tool. So the 4 tools, we need to add it to the agent. And then make sure we publish. Now we did the same thing last week and it still gave me the same error, but we're gonna see if it works this time. So that is what we forgot, or what I forgot before, when it wasn't working before. So I just re-entered the agent information, or I just re-entered the tool. So we got all the tools: get contact, create contact, check availability, create event. Everything is loaded, connected to GoHighLevel. Now go back to the assistant. Make sure that the prompt is there. Make sure all of the tools are named what they need to be named, because they have to match exactly in the prompt to what's exactly on the tool. If anything is off or if there's a space, it's not going to work. So we'll say everything is there, everything is there, everything is spelled correctly. All right, perfect. All right, so let's check the tools one more time. So again, what I did is you go here, go to tools, and then you click this drop down and make sure you add every single one of those Go High Level tools that we just created. I already pushed publish. All right, I think we are good. Let's cross our fingers to make sure that this works. All right, let's see. All right, hello. Let's see. My name is Brian Jones, and my email is the automation boss at Gmail. Get all that stuff out the way. I think it's gonna work this time. Ryan Jones already exists in the contact database. What's your preferred time and date? What do you have August 1st? All right, this one's gonna work because I already know. All right, on August 1st, the following time slots are available: 8 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. Which works best? I like 8:30 p.m. All right, it's creating a tool. All right, your appointment has been successfully scheduled August 30th, 8:30 p.m. If you need to make any changes or have any questions, feel free to reach out. Okay, so looks like it worked. As soon as I saw these things, I knew it was going to work because that's what it's supposed to do. Now on the phone, it's not going to say all those things, and we're going to call it too. But let's see if it actually booked the appointment, because that's the important part. It can tell me whatever it wants in the chat, but if it didn't actually book the appointment, none of it matters. So let's see. Yep. Wait, is that the first? Yep. All right, let's oh, I'm not sharing. All right, so these are the ones that I did this morning here. It looks like August 1st. Oh, this calendar is in a different time zone. But yep, it looks like it works. Thanks so much, Ryan. Off the bed. All right, see you. All right, so looks like it worked. I did 2 this morning, different time zones. Perfect. My name, my phone number, my email, because I was already in. I was already in the contact in my CRM, so it will check to see if there's an active contact ID in the CRM. If there is an active contact ID in the CRM, it will pull that information and automatically just put it on the calendar. If not, it will create it will create it for you and create a brand new contact. So yeah, so perfect, perfect, perfect. It looks like it is working. Let's do one more thing. Now I want to actually talk to it, because let's say it may work on the chat, but let's say if it doesn't work on the um, actual phone call, that doesn't help me. That doesn't help us in. All right, so I'm not going to dial it because I didn't link a phone number to this one. So this will actually be helpful for the ones that are actually doing this as a business or side hustle. Let's say you talk to someone and you are building them out an agent. Hey, I want you to build me an agent. I'm a law firm. I need someone to follow up on my bankruptcy, law firm clients that filled out information online. Let's say you say, all right, I'll build the agent really quick, and you want them to demo the agent. It's still even with them demoing the agent, it's still going to take from your credits, but you don't have to give them a phone number or tell them to dial the number. If you just want to do something really quick and give them a demo link right under your agent ID, there's a little link button here. Click on demo link, and I'm going to send this to myself so I can call it. Hold on. Really quick. Let me send this to somebody on Facebook so I can just click it on my phone. All right, so let's see if I can make this work. And then once we do this, we are all done. Let's see if it works. And for those of you that followed along, now, did it work for you guys after adding the tool? Hello?
Hi there. I'm here to help you schedule an appointment. Could you start by providing your full name and email address?
My name is Ryan Jones. My email address is theautomationboss@gmail.com.
It looks like we already have a contact with the email address, theautomationboss@gmail.com. Your contact ID is Zinchal Kaptui GRS Speedinlies J5 kilometers 5S. Could you please let me know your preferred date and time for the appointment?
Oh, my preferred date. Can you tell me what's available for this coming up Tuesday?
Let me check the available slots for this upcoming Tuesday. One moment, please. For this Tuesday, August 6, 2025, here are the available time slots. 12 p.m., 12:30 p.m., 1 p.m., 1:30 p.m., 2 p.m., 2:30 p.m., 3 p.m., 3:30 p.m.
Can I do 1? Can I do 1:30?
Yes, 1:30 p.m. is available. I will go ahead and book the appointment for you. Your appointment has been successfully booked for Tuesday, 1:30 p.m. You will receive a confirmation email shortly at theautomationboss@gmail.com. If you need to reschedule, let me know. Have a great day.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so it looks like the phone call worked. Now, he was saying some weird stuff in there, but the only reason for that is because we just used the basic prompt so we could just build the actual framework to make sure that it works. In future videos, either on YouTube or on Facebook or TikTok, or I may do a different training, I will actually do a actual deep dive on how to prompt your actual agent for what you actually want to use it for. This is just the basic test prompt agent or the tools prompt to make sure that the tools work. Because that prompt that we have here, this portion of the prompt would still go into your prompt. So let's say you're doing this for a bankruptcy attorney and you needed to book appointments for the bankruptcy and say certain things and repeat the email back to make sure the email is correct. That will also be in a prompt, but that'll be another video on how to actually prompt engineer your agent the right way. Also, another quick little note is your knowledge bases. You can add knowledge bases with Vapi, very, very simple, very, very easy. Literally, all you have to do is upload a file. So if you wanted to know everything about your business, your website, if it's the one I built for the law firm, it's basically a paralegal in a sense, because if the person has a specific question about Virginia bankruptcy law, I have all of the bankruptcy law documents in that knowledge base. I don't suggest that a lot with a large knowledge base because it'll increase your latency and it can make the agent, react a little bit slower. But that's what she wanted, so I gave her what she wanted. So we got all that squared away. Let's make sure that it actually booked the appointment. Let me share the tab. And it did. It's actually supposed to be Tuesday, but put it there for Wednesday. Yep, I got the appointment booked. This time zone on this particular calendar is off because I just threw a test calendar up there. But yes, now and then also, I don't know if you noticed that it was off on the it was off on the date. It said August 6th. Again, that will be hashed out in the prompting. Like I will show you guys the codes and things you need to put in your prompt so it can understand like the exact times and know exactly the days and times to the T. That's things that need to be added into the prompt. If you're using this option, there's a whole lot of different options. If I'm using NAN or make.com to build the agent, that's a whole different story. I could do a lot more things with that. That may be a video or a class down the road. But that's it. That is everything. That is the basic way to build your Vapi agent. This is the easiest way to build your Vapi agent. The customary way is Vapi, N8N, or make.com, and whatever your CRM is. I'm biased, so of course I'm going to always say GoHighLevel because I've been using it for so long. Well, I think I see a couple of YouTube. All right, let me see. I see a couple of questions. Hold on. I'll show you. How do I get your training? All right, I'm gonna start putting a lot more stuff on YouTube as well. Because I'm pretty transparent. But yeah, I'm gonna start putting more videos on training. Oh, a couple quick things. I need everyone, if you have not already, if you're already not in the Facebook group, the private Facebook group, because I drop, especially I'm about to start dropping even more pretty soon. Sometimes I will drop new videos there or updates when I just do a new video. And sometimes I may create a scraper and throw it in there for everybody in the group, or I'll start doing some specific training specifically just for the people in the group as well. So I just put the Facebook group link in the chat. So if you're not already in the Facebook group, make sure you do that. I'll let you in. If you do not follow me on YouTube, I need you to do that. I'm trying to grow this YouTube page. So let me get to it. And then I'll put that in the chat as well. And then actually the link to this video, the link that I'm going to put in the chat is going to be the same training that we just did, basically. So that's my YouTube page. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you like that. Make sure you like that video too. One more thing I need you all to do. I need you guys to follow me on Facebook as well. I'm gonna put that in the chat. Follow me on Facebook. Perfect. So yeah, so that has all my information, the ways you can get in contact with me. I got one last thing as well. So today we went over now this was just super basic prompt. I just wanted to give you guys the framework of what we're going to of how to at least build the agent, kind of get an idea of how tools work, and like prompting the agent. A next class or another class, or maybe just be a regular YouTube video, I'm gonna really dig deep and dive into an actual how to prompt your agent to like to do the really cool prompts and different things of that nature. And what I'll probably do is in my Facebook group, I'm going to get a poll of, give me an example, give me an agent you want me to build, and how many ever people give me whoever gets the most, I'm going to build that agent, and that's going to be the video, or that's going to be the class of building whether it's an agent for an insurance company, law firm, real estate agent. I'm in the mortgage business, or even if you're just SMMA, for those, I don't know if they still out there like that, or AI agency, you want to use it, to impress your potential clients. I can build that, and then we'll do that, and we'll do the actual prompt and then connections to actually have a real phone call, not just checking to see if it'll book an appointment. So that'll be soon. Now, I got one quick thing I wanted to go over with you guys really quick before we go forward, and then I'm gonna let you guys go to sleep. Because I think especially if you're in the East Coast, it's probably what 10:30 where you are right now. So I'll go over this really quick. But if you wanted to build your own agent, but you didn't want to actually go through and having to build it, or it's too confusing, or you don't have the time, or you want more one-on-one training or help, or one-on-one / group, I'm setting aside just five seats for 5 people that want to, go do a little bit of a deeper dive, where we'll build one agent. We'll build one agent together. Oh, and also, hold on, let me see. Sorry, that's the wrong one. Let's see. Well, we'll build one agent together. Whatever type of agent that you want to build, we'll do that together. I'm gonna do it for 5 people. Set aside 5 seats for 5 people. Let me pull this up really quick. I'm gonna put it in the chat really fast, and then I'll show you. Right. So if you need help with building your agent or want a little bit more one-on-one training, I'm setting aside 5 seats for 5 people. Because again, I have a whole nother business. I have a whole other business that I actually run. So this is to help you build out your AI voice, build out your specific AI voice, build out. They either be one-on-one or a little small groups of 5 if everyone's lines in. So this will be the Go High Level. I'll do a train knowledge base, custom AI agent. I'll help you do your initial Go High Level setup if you have not done that already. Live training sessions. We'll do 3 live training sessions, and then I'll help you set up the phone and email setup for your Go High Level. This usually is usually $497, but for the people on this call today, I probably won't do it for the people on the replay. I may or may not, depends. People on the call today, I'll build it done with you. Build your agent. It'll be a one-time fee of $197, and I'll also help you with your Go High Level, at least do your basic setup for you, just for $197. I just put that in the chat. So if that's something that you are interested in, you can go ahead and click on that in the chat. And then once you do that, you'll set your calendar when you want to meet. And then we'll build your specific agent for whether it's for yourself or for your own business. And we'll do more. It'll be more of an actual deep dive. We'll build your specific agent for what you're actually looking to build it for, whether it's for you or for one of your clients. But I'm only setting that aside for 5 people. I already set it up in Go High Level. So once the 5 is gone, that's it. I do that from time to time for people that might need help. But other than that, if I'll still be putting some things in, like either in YouTube or Facebook, and type it on. But if you need any one-on-one help, just click on the link, and I'll be able to set that aside. It'll be one-on-one or group, depends on if the 5 people want to do it all together or vice versa. But other than that, before we get off, I'm glad we were able to get it to work this week. So I'm happy about that. Did anyone else have any other questions? You can throw them in the chat. Want me to go over anything else at all? Because if not, I'll let you guys go to bed, or depending on where you guys are. Oh, someone asked about the replay. So the replay will automatically be sent out. I think it's 48 hours after the live event. So after the live event, the replay will be sent out to you guys. You'll get an email to tell you, hey, the replay is ready. Click here to watch. and then it will take you to the live broadcast page. And that's it. You can just rewatch it. You have access to it forever because I'll just keep it up. And then also it should be on YouTube unless they take it off of YouTube like they did last week, because I think I accidentally showed my my business address when I was showing people how to build the calendar out. But if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me. All my contact information is on my socials. You guys have an email because you guys wouldn't have got into the class if you didn't have an email. But other than that, you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next video. See ya.